Hello everybody, and Merry Christmas early. Welcome back to the Tinmans Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey the Tin Man Taylor, and today, as you see, we're right by my movie shelf. And I already took down my mask and put up my Santa figures, but why is that important? Well, today I want to show you guys my top 10 favorite Christmas movies I like to watch every year. So, I'm going to start off with 10 being my least, well, I wouldn't consider it my least favorite. It's still my favorite, but it's down at the bottom of the list, but I still love it. And I got these movies in order where I got the animated movies in the order, bottom part of the list first, and then I got the live action ones at the very top. So, let's start at number 10, shall we? Tangerine Bear with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Marlon Wayans, Trisha Yearwood, Howie Mandel. This is a wonderful Christmas story. Yeah, this bear gets knocked over at a toy factory by a mouse or rat, and the machine sewed his mouth upside down. And then he's on an adventure with his friends, Jack, played by Howie Mandel, and the crooked-nosed bird out of the cuckoo clock, and the dog. But anyway, they go into just like he discovers that he's really unique and special. And then when he gets the tangerine fade on him, he realizes he's unique that way. He's the only one, the only tangerine bear. And Trisha Yearwood did some incredible songs on this movie, but if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend checking this one out. Number 9. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. I know it's a catchy song, but I loved it that they made it into an animated movie. But anyway, Jake, the grandson, still believes in Santa. Me too. But anyway, he really wanted to see Santa come, but then Grandma was leaving early to go to the Senior Citizens Center and or shelter. And on Christmas Eve night, the evil cousin Mel put some reindeer nip inside of the fruitcake, and they got a hold of it and knocked her over. And they had to take her to the North Pole to get better. But they left a note, but she took it anyway, just to make it look like Santa was and blame him. So Jake had to contact Santa Claus to see if he could find her. And sure enough, the head elf saw it, and he went down there to pick him up and, you know, try to get Grandma's memory back. I mean, it's a touching story. I love the music in here, too. But I highly recommend this one for you guys to watch. Truly. One of them tear-jerker movies. But anyway, let's go to number 8. The Nutcracker Prince. I had to throw a Nutcracker movie in here, folks. It's one of my favorite stories, but I got different versions of it already, like 5 versions. But this is the favorite I like the most. I remember watching this back in school, and I had to get it when I got out of school, basically, on DVD. And let's see. This was got Kiefer Sutherland playing the Nutcracker Prince, and Peter O'Toole is playing the old worn-out soldier with the white mustache. And then I got Phyllis Diller playing the evil Mouse Queen. But it's a truly an incredible story and a good animated twist on this classic. I rather watch this one over the others. Literally, it's that good. I mean, it's that good. But anyway, and I love how I said I wish I had a Nutcracker like him right here in my collection, but I don't know if you can get those made. But anyway, but I highly recommend this one too. This is one of my favorites. Number 7 is from the Christmas Classic series. I don't know if anybody remembers those, but it's Jingle Bells. I had this movie on VHS tape years ago, and then I decided to order some movies off Amazon, and this is one of them. So I bought that, and the other one that's from the series Old Christmas Tree with Marie Osmond. But I gotta say, this is a good one to watch. I love the music in here too, but it's a tearjerker when the father had to sell the horse played by Don Knotts right here. Oh my goodness, the kids get all upset, and then the girl starts singing We'll spend Christmas together in our hearts. That was so innocent and sweet right there. I said, hmm. I also love the song that the elves are singing in the workshop going, Christmas is coming. But anyway, if you guys haven't seen that, you need to look at this one. But yeah, this is perfect. So I got this one, Old Christmas Tree, but I need the third one from the series, which is We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Highly recommend. Alright, 6 through 1 are live action movies. So my number 6 pick, you gotta enjoy Elf. I mean, come on. This is a true classic with Will Ferrell going to New York, meeting his dad for the first time, even though he's been adopted and raised by elves. But yeah, he was funny in this movie. And I said, I hate that Ed Asner plays Santa Claus in here. He passed away. But, and they kept having rumors saying that if they did an Elf 2, they were trying to get him to come back. But I said, how can you do Elf 2 and Ed Asner passed away? So he can't be the Santa in the movie unless they came up with a good storyline for that. But anyway, I say, no, leave it just the one, really. But Elf, that's a good one. Alright, here's my number 5 pick. Jack Frost. And I'm not talking about the killer Jack Frost movies. I'm talking about the one with Michael Keaton. Right here. I love the story where a father's, Michael Keaton's character is trying to make a living to support his family. And then on one Christmas, he was going back to his family in the car. And then a snowstorm blinded his windshield and he ended up hitting the ramp and killing himself, basically. Well, a year later, Charlie's still missing him. So he played on that harmonica, which his dad told him it was magical. And he played it, and then his dad ended up in the snowman that he built, his spirit. And then they had an awesome adventure together to be like, little father and son bonding time. And then he had to go back. I said, that was a tear-jerker moment right there to see him come back and then, had to leave. But I highly recommend this one. This is a true Christmas classic, in my opinion. But, like it says right here, he's the world's coolest dad. And he's going to prove it. He sure is cool. Alright, I'm going to show you my number 4 pick, so hold on. Miracle on 34th Street. The original. Now, I also like the remake with Richard Attenborough. I love that version. You can't beat the original. Where basically, this guy right here named Kris Kringle comes into town, fills in as Santa for a drunken Santa in a parade, and then he grows fondly of the woman that, hired him, her daughter. They become best friends in the movie, and then he was able to connect the girl's neighbor with her mom, and then towards the end they smooched, so I figured they were going to get married in the future. Yeah, this is truly one Christmas classic I like to watch all the time. And this disc came with both black and white and colored versions, but I like watching it in the color. Just saying, but I like it in black and white too, but anyway. Alright, here comes my number 3 pick, hold on. Alright, here's my number 3. How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. I also like the original Grinch with Boris Karloff in it. And the one that just came out with Benedict Cumberbatch. But this one you can't beat Jim Carrey's performance as the Grinch. And I just heard they were going to do a 2. But it might be a rumor, so I don't know if he's doing it or not. But I hope that happens. I'd like to see him come back as the Grinch. But anyway, Grinch, well, he doesn't like Christmas. And then this girl believes that he's not really, truly a mean person. And she proves the townspeople wrong about him, basically. But then he gets all crazy after he had fun celebrating their little festival. After the mayor gave him a razor blade and kind of went back to his days when he shaved. And that's when he got mad. And then he fashioned this Santa suit and stole the presents. But then the girl persuaded him in a way to, like, make him care. And then he brought all the gifts back. I said, truly a heartwarming story right here. And like I said, Jim Carrey was the bomb as the Grinch. But anyway. Alright, 2 and 1 are both Santa Claus movies. So my number 2 pick would have to be Santa Claus, the movie with Dudley Moore and David Huddleston playing Santa. I love this story. Basically, it's a good origin story where you see David Huddleston's Santa and his Mrs. Claus, and they're out delivering toys that he woodcarved himself to the villages. And then a big snowstorm came up and then took him to the North Pole, and then Patch, the elf played by Dudley Moore, him and the other elves welcomed them, and they made him this suit and declared him Santa Claus, and he started delivering gifts throughout the ages. So this story kind of tells him being immortal, what Santa kind of is. He's timeless. But anyway, I just love this story right here. And then toward the ending had like this boy that he met on the street that was pitching a little campfire in the barrel. They become friends, and then the girl that he's infatuated with is living with this mean, rich toy maker guy who is making toys with cheaper materials and flammable stuff. Like, in other words, he don't care. Basically, he just wants the money. Well, he heard wind that they were gonna, beat Santa Claus or whatever. They take him, and his niece had to write to Santa to help save him. And Patch the elf already got him out, and then they flew off. But anyway, they all were safe and sound. And the uncle almost got arrested, but he jumped out with the candy canes that Patch made with reindeer flying dust. But anyway, good Christmas classic. If you haven't seen it, this thing came out in 1985, I think that's what. Yeah, 1985. This is when it came out. Perfect twist on the Santa origin story. And finally, my number one pick has to be the Santa Claus, people. I'm sorry. But Tim Allen is great as Santa. But anyway, I love this movie. Santa Claus 3 was like all over the place. The Santa Claus 2 was like better. But this one, you can't beat the original. Basically, a son, Charlie here, didn't want to stay with his dad because he thinks his dad was lame, or he just didn't show up or care that much because he's always busy with work, until that one night Santa fell off the roof and he puts on his coat and he becomes Santa. So they get bonded over that experience right there. But, and after watching this movie years ago, I was man, I wish I could wake up on like Christmas Eve night, early Christmas morning, and be like, "Hey you!" But I can't do that. He's so quick. But anyway, highly recommend this movie. This is like one thrill ride of adventure right here. And Tim's character Scott thinks it was all a dream, and then all of a sudden he starts gaining weight and growing a beard. Then he knows it's not a dream. And then he's like into the whole Santa persona thing. And in Santa Claus 2, his ex said being Santa even made him a better man. I agree right here. But Santa Claus, 1994. So this is one you got to watch every Christmas, along with the sequels. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed my little top 10 favorite Christmas movies. Let me know down in the comments what is your top 10 favorites. And this has been another successful installment of the Tin Man's Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey the Tin Man Taylor. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more movie content like this. And have a nice day, everybody. And Merry Christmas early.